Hopefully it goes right. GM and Merry Christmas. Welcome to episode 2 of Fantasy Top Predict Daily. I'm your host, The Carpenter. Alongside me, Big Brain Frog, HK. HK, how are you?
Yeah, doing well, doing well. Nice to have a day off work, and had a really good fantasy tournament. I think it's my best actually if I look at ETH at least. So
Let's
yeah, no,
go.
doing pretty well.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Did you jump into predictions much last week for week 1? I
I
guess we haven't really
did,
done a catch up on that bit.
yeah, I did. It's definitely a lot more tricky, and you have to kind of be a lot more on the ball with this stuff, right?
Like
Like,
actively
think
trading, realized.
correct,
That's the
correct,
edge.
right? Yeah, yeah. I kind of felt initially it was just I think okay, I know I know there's a chance that Inter will get top five because it's the end of the year and he might post a review. But then after that, I was thinking, like, do I need to be active or do I not? And then I think what ended up happening was I missed out on a lot of frags by just not cashing, cashing out positions,
Yep.
right? Uh, and then them positions went to zero basically, right? Like, and I kind of put 2,000 frags in last week just to like see how I did, and I cashed out in between the tournament about 1,200,
Oh,
and
let's
the
go.
rest of it. Then I had a few more positions left in right now. One of the positions was who will come first, right? The market. I think that's one of the most popular markets, right? Who will come first? Um, Now I put 100 frags into Dip Wheeler, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
To come
and
first,
the
right?
tournament, yeah, and position closed. He came first after a banger last night, and
Dude, I
because
was
of that.
so annoyed by that because like I had so much in Cochrane.
Oh, I did you?
Oh, I was
Yeah,
so
I
mad.
I because of that one position, I broke even. Like, like
That
it's
made
just
me
so
go under
random.
even, bro.
Yeah, and I think I put 2,000 in. I cashed out like 1,200, 12,250, and then that because of that dip wheeler banger, I ended up with like 2,000 frags return. So like I put 2,000, I got 2,000 back. But yeah, it's a lot more. It's a lot more going on when you actually trading these markets. And if you go back on your screen, I think the one of the
Oh,
more popular
backwards. Oh
market,
yeah.
yeah,
Here,
I
if
think
you
that
want, you
top,
can bring up your screen if you want. Or do you want
yeah, yeah,
me? Yeah, here, let's do yours.
yeah. 1 second.
Yeah, be a little easier. Um,
Let
because
me
then you
just
go
go
over
on
your thing, and then
this.
I'll kind of do some live betting.
Share
Because the market's
screen.
just, for those who don't know, the market's just opened, and some of these markets, just real quick while I have my screen up, it like this, how many, like this Brian Armstrong one, it's already done, right? Like, so the betting's already been closed. Same with the bangers, that end tomorrow. So these ones, but the ones where it says like betting's closed, or closes in 5 days, those ones are the ones that just opened a little bit ago, and you'll also see the resolved ones if you're gonna want to look at like historic results. We'll
Yeah,
bring HK up here. There you go, brother. You are live.
yeah. So if I go on open, so these are the ones that are running. Obviously, are these ones at the top running, and then you got the ones open right now. I think the one that was popular was this one, right? Because there's a chance that you can make a very good return on
Mhm.
a hero that has an outside chance of getting first. Now, I
That's right
think
there.
last week everyone put it on Cochrane, right? Because he's been crushing it. Politics is hot. Every week we're getting new releases of the Epstein files and
Dude, and
stuff like
he's
that,
just
right?
on the ball with it, man. Like
Yeah, he just
straight
knows.
on the ball with it.
Yeah, he's gonna post threads and stuff like that. And politics engagement is just all time high right now on the X.
Mhm.
So I mean, I wouldn't blame anyone for putting more on Adam Cochran right now, right? However, obviously we saw on the last day, Dick Wheeler, with obviously his viral
Ah,
posts,
oh,
he can
turd
go off any
nugget.
tournament. I think this sort of market is probably one of the best to get a return, and I think it's one you
Oh,
should probably keep an
absolutely.
eye on during the tournament because it's quite easy to know when someone's like after an hour if like Lucas has like 50K views, there's a chance maybe 6 hours later that might triple or
Oh,
times 10x, right? You might get a million on that post, but I think it's probably an easier market to trade live during the tournament, probably than right now, because obviously you don't know what's going to happen. But you know, you want to get the earlier. Am I right in saying the earlier you place your, put in the earlier you predict, is it the better the return? Is it?
It depends. It depends on that one. So it depends on okay. So like yes and no, right? So like at the very very beginning when these markets first go live, they're all kind of weighted the same in a sense. So you can get in, but you can't put very much liquidity in there, right? So if you bet like one or two, you'll get the same odds as like on a Cochrane as you will like an Alon or whatever. But
Okay.
not very. You can only put like one frag in, right? But then you get better odds that are skewed more like you can put more liquidity in as more liquidity gets put into other things, right? Because we have volume,
Right.
like actually cycling in now. So we have across this whole market, we have, where does it say that? I think I have to go back to see that. I think we have, yeah. So total invested. Oh, that's me. Let me go back to the main page because I have
All right. Yeah, I
180
can see
invested
volume. Yeah,
into
you can
that.
see the volume. Yeah, that it is.
Yep. So there's the volume. As that goes up, then you're able to put more in. So it is and it isn't. It kind of depends. Like the whole time you have to kind of look for where you're gonna be because or like what Pavel and Clay said was you need to find those mispriced markets because at the beginning some of them may not be mispriced, right? Because you have Franz, you have Pavel, you have Kippet, you have like myself, yourself that are all going in here like really trying to grab those early ones, right? So I know I've been refreshing the thing on my phone since tournament ended, right? Even downstairs opening presents, like refreshing, waiting for tournaments, like for the prediction markets to come out. So like I'd put like 2 or 3 in. Like I said, I already have 183 volume, which isn't a lot, but I mean I only did like 1 or 2 frags per some of the ones where I think and those aren't I'm not even doing thinking they're gonna place first. I'm doing it hoping that I'll be able that more liquidity will come in on them so where I'll get better odds and be able to cash out. Kind of like what I did last week with intern when he was doing really well. I had 2 frags bid on him and I ended up cashing out for like 50, 60 and then still had a good amount in there in case he did pull off that top win, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So kind
All
of
right, no, it makes sense. Yeah, no, I get what you mean. But yeah, I think I will probably look into a few during the live tournament. I think the best thing about that is because on the Monday I'm quite active on X, right? So I'm kind of like I have the notice on for all the heroes and stuff, so it's a lot easier to like then trade, right? To know because I know if Nick's posted a tweet and it looks like it can go go viral, then it's a good timing to be active, right? I think one that's I was stood out here was how many times Mert will post.
Yeah.
I think one of the tools that's good for this is Sharky. He's got his website has like the posting frequency per tournament, right? So essentially, this is saying how many times will Mert post during the tournament. And obviously, the market counts the total number of tweets between December 29th, so that's the Monday, and January 2nd, 11 p.m. UTC. All right, okay. So you can actually see how many times he'll post. All right, so he actually counts. All right, okay, so it counts quotes, replies, tweets.
Oh,
right,
it counts
I didn't know that.
replies.
Wow,
oh,
yeah, okay.
That's
a lot harder than.
Yeah, replies because he's a
harder.
replying fool, man. Like
Yeah,
he replies a lot.
He replies a lot. Yeah.
He
Yes,
reply guys.
That's not gonna be easy. That one.
No, not at all.
What about this? The platinum one's always interesting because I feel like it's probably the perfect league because you always get the common. Like, there's enough of a variety of different every tournament, right? Like sometimes
I just bet someone else on that one for a 91x. Like just in case like something crazy, right? Because like we've like last week we didn't have intern on here. We do we do have him in here now. I should have looked. Because last week we didn't have intern on here. We didn't have Sherlock Holds. And those guys were crushing last week. Like they could have came up and won. Do you know who won last week? Did it end up being Godric?
It was Godric, yeah. Godric won, yeah. I think
Pavel didn't think he was gonna pull it off. He really didn't.
Yeah, I think what happened was there was enough like recently what's been happening is like the last 2 days, like someone hits a banger or something really changes, right? Like it's like what happened with me. Like I was like 200th in bronze up until halfway through the tournament, and then I ended up coming third, right? Like some of the heroes just pulled through last minute, and I think one thing that makes this a lot tougher is the algo's kind of changed now, so that uh, sometimes when a hero posts, it doesn't really catch traction straight away. However, a few hours later, or maybe even a day later, some of their previous posts actually take off, right? Like an example of that would be Grit Cult, who's kind of been doing well recently, right? But it's because the algo's kind of been picking up these posts, and sometimes it doesn't hit like within the first few hours, but his score ends up creeping up just randomly, like maybe 12 hours later. So what you'll see in Platinum is like it might seem like Drunken might be is definitely going to win, but like as you've seen lately, things can change within the last day a lot. Sherlock Hoddles was so close to winning, right?
Oh,
Like
so close.
imagine he won, like that would have been sick because obviously he had Intern and he had himself in his deck.
Yeah, that was
Um,
huge.
but yeah, no, I think that's quite a good one because it actively involves players, like players that are probably going to bet a bit on themselves to win, right? Stuff like that. But yeah, that's another one that I think I like just because of how involvement with players, and obviously some heroes are also playing Platinum as well. So very interesting that one. I think guess did you put much in this one? Guess each hero's final rank.
I did, but I didn't do so well. I put me and Kippet both, like, because Brad had said that he was back basically. Well, like, we were reading
Oh
between the
yeah.
lines, right? Because of that, hold on. I have a burp coming. The tea's getting me. But because he had finished with the Frontier, right? So we figured, okay, he's back, we're active, and didn't take into account that the holiday is still here, right? Like, yeah, he's done building that, but it's still the holiday, right? But still, I thought like he was definitely gonna be able to place in the top 111,
Yeah.
but he didn't. He finished like 116.
116. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Just about wow.
Yeah, yeah.
uh, I do think he'll come back now. I think he's definitely one that's probably taken a bit of time away from X because I think obviously he's quite involved in Mega ETH, and
Mhm.
not everyone can be active for so long, right? Like even I had to take like a 6 week time period
Yeah.
off, right? Just because it's a lot, right? Just having to log on every day and be active. But I do think eventually he'll get on a consistent run soon. I think ones that I'm keeping an eye on is probably Jez. I think Jez has been doing very well recently, and it'll be interesting to see how many actually
Very
think
well.
Jez will come 34 plus, because he
Oh,
is
is
a
that
bit
his thing right now? It's 34 plus?
1 to 33 and then 34 plus. So
Ooh, I think he's gonna be
it's
33
interesting.
higher. Like, but I'm a Jez Maxi, as you know.
Yeah, I definitely think Jez can come top 33 next week. I'm looking at a few others. I'm gonna try coming 1 to 91. I think with obviously today being a holiday, like I just yesterday and today I didn't get many posts out to be honest. But yeah, interesting to see how this one goes. Already you can see that
There's not a lot
there's
of
like
liquidity in the lower ones yet.
yeah, and this is an interesting one that you might be able to get a good return on is QW. Just with his recent form, I know he did have a good tournament last time, but if more people think that he won't get top 40, then there's a possibly a chance, a good return. Like if that goes to like a 5x, it's pretty tempting, right?
Yeah,
But
because at
yeah,
a
no,
2.43, I almost took it, but I'd rather stay
yeah,
closer to like a 4.
yeah, exactly. Then you feel like okay, at least there's a good enough return on that, right? If you put 50 frags in, you get 200 or something like that, right?
Yep.
But yeah, have you been? Are you in any of the ones that are currently running, or?
Yes, I am. I am in. Who will make a banger? I have. So again, this is a Kip at night one from last Friday. I went with one of them's winning. Just with a 2x. 20 to 40 frags. Well, just under. It's like 20 to 39 frags, so not a whole lot. But it was Will
Yeah.
Coinbase post a banger. Or
Oh
well,
wow.
50K. 500K views. So I hit yes on that. But then I was like, I think they will hit, and I think Jesse will not because he's got a family, he's got kids, holidays. So I put
Yeah.
no on him. Well,
Oh wow.
yeah, but I only did 10 on Jesse. So I lost on Jesse. So I broke even actually I'm about 25% up on the 2 bets. So I invested. Actually, I'm down more because I forgot one already resolved from these, and I don't remember which one it was because I'm down. It says I've invested 130.
Yeah, a
I'm
few of
down
my resolves.
70%.
I think the way it works is if it's been reached, for example, Kashi has done a tweet with 6 million views, that market's
Yeah.
basically resolved. So how many are resolved? 1, 2, 2 are resolved, I think. 3 that looks resolved. So it's like the only ones that are not are resolved are this one, and this one, I think. I think once it reaches 1, then it's pretty
Yeah.
much
I don't
done,
think
right?
they
Like,
cash them out though. Because I
oh
think
right,
I
okay.
see Travis saying, or not Travis, Kippet was saying in the prediction. What's the exact thing called? It's called Prediction Lab. On TG, we were sitting there talking, and he said, well, I was a bystander in there, right? I was just reading, and then I usually just talk about the streams on there and then give some insight. But I was reading it. I don't remember. I think it was like Mooney and him. Might even been you talking about it, and they were saying, I know for sure Pavel was in on the conversation, but saying, hey, this is already hit. Like with the whale breaking, we said 5 times by DGN News, and it had been hit by like day 2.
Yeah.
And they couldn't. He was saying like he couldn't partially resolve stuff from in there, right? Now
Yeah.
it might have been fixed, but without the definite, I would think that as far as I know, these will all just be kind of end in the next day in 4 hours. I could be completely wrong again, right? Which that gives me a good leeway or segue into, even though HK and I are on the fantasy team and we are streaming on the fantasy main X page on X, nothing we say or do on stream should be depicted as coming from the team. So yeah, and also please like, comment, share, retweet. If you're watching on X, follow the fantasy account, follow myself at the Carpenter, follow HK at Khalid 4397. Did I get the numbers right?
Yep.
4397. Perfect. I thought I had it memorized. At Khalid 4397. And then also, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the Fantasy on Top YouTube channel. If you're watching on Twitch, a subscription, or not even subscription, just a follow would be solid. But yeah, so there's the call to action, and we'll jump back into it. I don't do
it. Yeah. I think this one's going to be a good one next week, which is the Polymarket says on X, because it's kind of like Polymarket is a prediction market. Everyone knows that, and now it's a market based on their X account, right? So predict whether Polymarket will mention any of the specified words. Case sensitive. I didn't know it was case sensitive until I actually read it a few days ago.
Oh crap!
So it can't even be like. So it has to be literally capital, and then like it can't be Trump with lower cases, or even Trump with the upper cases as well. So, but I think a few of these are interesting. I think government, China, a lot of Trump tweets have been coming out lately, so it'd be interesting to see what people go for there. 4+ times, possibly. What's the timing? So December 29th to January 3rd. Let me go back to the DGen News one. Just want to see how many of those actually hit, basically, because breaking news 5 times, 5+. I think this one that I did, breaking 5+ times, and it got hit 6 times, right? Yeah, it got hit 6 times. But it does seem like a lot of them didn't get hit, like Exploit, Liquidated, BlackRock, Elon Musk, Pump.Phone, Wall Street ETF. So it wasn't many that actually hit us. The new, what was the new one? How many times was it? New 50+ times. Right. Okay. So it hasn't really hit yet. So far, I think it's only breaking that's actually, breaking was the only one that hit. Coinbase is the only one at the moment. The threshold's 10. Yeah. So not all of them. I'm just thinking, and then yeah, so only one actually hit the threshold on the previous mentions market. So I'm thinking it'll be interesting to see how many of this for this new market that's been opened, the poly market one. It'd be interesting to see how many actually hold. Yeah. Right. Let's see.
Sorry, my son busted in.
No, it's
So
fine.
I
It's
have the
fine.
camera kind of angle where it is to where if he busts in, it doesn't catch him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Um,
the ones I really like. So when I hit, so I guess something I wanted to hit on is like since the markets are brand new and fresh, what is so I know myself, first thing I go to is I'll go to which arrow will be first and which one will do top five.
yeah.
To see kind of where I can find the edge. What do you do when you first like the markets are just live? Where do you go? And of course it lost connection with my damn camera. So I'll have to fix that real quick.
I think the easy one would be to go which heroes will rank in the top 5 and select no on the ones that you don't think. Right? Just because, there's certain heroes that have probably never made top 5, right? Like in that list. So for example, it's been a while since Jakey hit the top 5, so I'd probably go no there. As you can see, many have already done that, right?
Now, do you take in
Heck,
for odds? Like, do you take the odds into consideration? Or are you just looking at who will, like, absolutely finish
yeah, it has to be.
top
It has
five?
to be. It has to be good enough odds. Like I have to be making at least 50% for me to concentrate, right?
Okay.
Like, whereas
Yep.
you'd have to go higher volume to get a decent return. Like for example, none of these are tempting to at the moment because they already seem like everyone's gone no. If I had to pick one, like will Ansem make top 5? I'd probably go no on that one, to be honest, right? Because
Yeah.
if you actually look at Ansem's engagement, like his obviously his engagement comes from a lot of crypto related posts, right? Now,
Absolutely.
if crypto's going down, BTC is not doing well, I think general engagement across the board has gone lower. And if you look at recent tournaments, he's not really been doing as well as he used to, right? Like, so him not being in the top 5, I think it's a decent one to consider. But remember to cash out if you're in profit, just in case he hits a banger, right? But outside of that one, I'm not sure I'm interested in.
Yeah. And so,
Mertz is quite active.
do
Maybe that
you
one as
look
well.
at like this is one thing I wanted to ask you because, as many who know you in the fantasy community, and as someone who is very big, and as you said in the beginning, like you're very good at like the tournaments, right? So do you look and it's like almost wanted to compare you to like a Pavel, where Pavel and even Mooney, right? They don't really look at like where these guys gonna end at. Like, are these guys going to finish in the top five? They look at like who is going to like they think of, like into the minds of other players, like where are these guys going to, who else is going to bet here? Like, am I going to be able to, are enough people going to think that this could happen to where I can cash out early? Like to
Yeah.
not even go to resolution. Now, are you looking at it that way? Or are you looking at it just as who's going to finish in top five and who is not?
Yeah, I think mine's the latter. I don't see myself being that of a think that into it. I spend too much time thinking on my tournament decks that I don't have
Yeah,
I
yeah.
probably don't have the time to think actively on that stuff, right?
Reverse
But
engineer that whole thing.
yeah, what I do sometimes is for example, I don't have a certain rare card, right, for my tournament decks. Then I might just say, okay, well, as a hedge, I'll put in some frags
Yeah,
on that sort
I
of
like
outcome,
that.
right? For example, which hero don't I have? I don't have Dick Wheeler card, right? I don't have his rare card. I have his common, but I don't play him in silver. So obviously, for me, if Dick Wheeler does well, it can kind of hinder my silver results, right? So what I might do is obviously put Dip Wheeler as a few frags on Dip Wheeler getting first, right? Or even just obviously, yeah, first, obviously, right? Because top 5, he's obviously, I think he has a good chance of going top 5. But with first, there's a good return on Dip Wheeler, right? So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I might not, okay, if Dip Wheeler does good, I might not do well in silver. However, I've had a positive return on that prediction, right? Whereas I think I don't look that deeply into what others might do, and what. But like I said, I think I will be a bit reactive when it comes to the tournament, right? Like, I think but within the first hour, everyone knew Inter was gonna post a year in review post. So then many people straight away went onto the prediction markets and placed Inter as being a top 5 hero. I think things like that I probably will do a lot more, just because it's more, because I'm online. I can see who's posting pretty much as the notifications come in. I think my sort of plays would be a lot more like that, rather than getting in early. Like currently, I don't have any positions. Like, I won't be one that to get in early. It'll be more like looking at the market. If I see something on X that I think, okay, that market's really tempting, then I'll definitely be looking out for such opportunities. But like I said, I don't plan on being like the most profitable or the highest ROI
Hmm.
on that leaderboard. Like if I click on that leaderboard, are these up to date?
If you refresh them,
Oh,
yeah,
I think it is. Yeah, because Power's at the top, so so I'm
yep,
assuming
yep.
it's. But wow, like that's 4,679 frags. Like wow, plus the 5,000 rewards because it's a 20,000 trading competition, right? The gets distributed at the end of the season, right? So,
Hmm.
as you can see, the ones at the top are players that probably have amongst the ones that are in the top 10 volume, right? And that's a pretty insane return on investment, given that he's run 6.2k frags by Sikas Pen. Visavi's done a Visavi
Success
and
Pence,
Pavel.
he's a uh he's pretty crafty. Like he's got his head in the game in this way. Like he does what he does well in arenas. He's proven even in the test run of product or prediction markets. He's got a eye for the game. He's good.
Yeah, yeah, and I think some people might just play, the prediction markets and not even like the general core tournaments. I think it's a slight different skill, but I think like if you play core, it helps basically, right? Because
Oh, absolutely helps.
you kind of know where heroes are going to rank, and it makes it a lot easier.
And I
But yeah,
definitely
yes,
use it as a hedge. Like I never, as you know, I never hedged like my decks because I when the reverse was there, because like that's just not how my brain works. But with this, like I find it easier to hedge. I'm not having to use a card. I can just throw some frags there, right? And
for
hedge my
sure,
decks
yeah.
that way.
Yeah, I do the same with King of the Hill, right? Like I place the heroes that I don't have usually. Just if I get the King of the Hill entry right, then and I have a bad tournament, then it pays off, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, as with this, like
you
I
have
said,
had
it's
really great tournaments here lately, though.
yeah, I've been doing well on the tournament, so
It's like the fourth in
like
a row that you've crushed it.
yeah, it's the third one. It's the third one in a row where
Okay,
I've got
okay.
like a
I'm
very good chunk
predicting
of
the
each.
future. The next one's gonna be good too.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. But yeah, you can see Powell obviously uh with the highest PNL, right? Plus four, six,
Yep.
seven, nine.
And the thing is, his
But
volume's like the highest too, so that's really good to have that kind of P and L with that kind of volume
yeah,
is
16.2%, very
insane.
solid, very solid. Then obviously you've got a few that have had like an insane return on investment. But yeah,
Anyone who
no, it'd
bet
be
on dip the last like
yeah,
before
yeah,
betting closed, they just kind of threw a flyer out on him because he wasn't. I don't think even in the top 5 when betting closed.
yeah. I
Um,
know. Before that banger, he wasn't even in. I don't think he was in top 15 in the tournament.
yeah,
So like, it was hard to think he was going to do it, right? Like Lucas came in the top 5, right? Like, I don't think anyone would have thought Lucas was going to be top 5 even heading into the last 12 hours of the tournament, right? So
no, I
it's
didn't. I took my
so I,
bets out on him.
yeah, exactly. I think I did as well. So that was the one that I missed out on. I think with Dip I left it open because the market closed and I forgot. But Lucas, he only posted once, and I was like, seems a bit inactive. Maybe he's not going to post. But then he came out with this random post that did like more than 500,000 in views. Like, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I definitely can see Pavel be up there, right? Mooney, Pavel. I think by the end of the season, I can see a lot of those names being up there in the leaderboard. But yeah, I'd probably still continue using it as a hedge because I do every tournament I want to win. So if I'm not doing good in the tournament, it's a good hedge to say, well, I don't have that hero, then they'll do well in the prediction markets for me, or even the King of the Hill. So yeah, I think that's how I'll go about this.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's I like that strategy. And that's what I like about um with this predict daily, right? Is to get on different like the ways to think about it. And that's why I was pumped when um you were able to come on. And like I seen your DM and I was like, thank God. Like this is perfect. So I was just gonna come on and do something quick. So I was like, I don't want to bug anyone on a Saturday. Or not Saturday, it's on the holiday. Who's knocking? Hello? Maybe I'm on stream. Oh, choose one? Okay, come here. Yeah, but no, because yours is way different than Pavel. I like this one. Thank you. I'll show the stream, okay? Thank you, baby. Yeah, my 6-year-old or 7-year-old just made this with her from one of her Christmas presents.
Nice.
She's the artsy one. The artsy, well, they're all pretty artistic, but she's definitely the one that feeds into it the most. She's pretty. So we got her a bunch of crafty stuff. But yeah, no, because like you have a different play style than Pavel, than Mooney, than Franz. Because like
Yeah.
those 4 accounts are ones I like to follow. That's what I love most. Well, I can't say I love most because there's a lot of things I love about the way the UI UX is for the fantasy prediction markets. But what I like, one of the things I could say I probably use the most for my research is tracking mostly those 3. And then I've noticed on the last like day before betting closed, I started tracking to kind of see where you were betting. And I noticed that you don't do a lot of bets right before it closes. I could see you were starting to close out bets, which kind of helped me kind of get inside your head of where you thought people were going to
Yeah,
finish.
I think what happened to me in this tournament was like I realized that I had to be active, and then halfway through the tournament I just closed all my positions, like most of them, just to recoup a
I
lot
see
of
that.
my frags, right? Like I was just in panic mode, right? Cause and then what happened after that was I had like that few positions open, and luckily that dip healer one was left open, and that broke, allowed me to break even. I think I was like I probably lost maybe 10%, but I think it was more or less break even.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I think I'd probably use it for like during the tournament, and probably hedging mainly.
Yep.
And or if I know some alpha before anyone else does, then I might as well start, putting the prediction but before I the alpha's out there, right? Just to have an edge in certain things, but yeah, it adds another dynamic to the tournaments. I guess it makes it a bit more fun, as in as soon as instead of just watching a post and updating your deck, looking at your deck score all the time, there's something else to look at and see what's happening in the prediction markets as well for the heroes and the for the heroes during the tournament. But yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I see.
yeah,
That's like so what's crazy is with prediction markets, like I I've actually just realized that I put more prediction marks. So normally what I do, right when I would get my frags, like I would uh shoot for that dopamine, right? Like go for cracking packs. I haven't cracked a single pack. Well, okay, I cracked before rewards today. I cracked a shiny, and I got like a Fizzow and then a rare. Like I just got a shiny pack, right? I like to still crack those every once in a while because they're cheap. Or not really even. They're just like well priced. I feel like if you hit one good card, you're good. Well, I hit 2 rares, which was a legendary, uh, like a rare legendary, like the hero, and then a Kippet rare, and then a Fajal. But I didn't crack any actual because I knew I wasn't going to be cracking frags, or I mean, shine or jades today with frags because I want to use them for prediction market, which is
yeah,
kind of which is nice about prediction markets the way they stand now. Um, and who knows how it's going to be here in the future, but like the way it is now, it kind of helps with that like almost like a frag sink, so there's less people like cracking packs, helps with inflation, um but ultimately I just uh I really like prediction markets, so like having one where I feel like I can have an edge, um and like getting
yeah,
inside the mind of other players that clearly have a stronger edge than myself, yourself included, and your edge is different than say like a Pavel, a Franz, a Mooney, right? And
yeah. No, like I said, mine's more from
tournament based, I'd
information that
say.
tournament based, and I think like just being online and seeing who posts what, right? Just and then
Mhm.
being early to certain things, and maybe there's some alpha, like a hero's doing something, a big huge announcement for next week. If I do know it before others, then I'll probably, before I probably like release my article, I'll probably put a few predictions in, right? Because I know a
Yeah.
hero has a good chance of doing well, right? Whereas I probably won't be as actively, like as soon as the market opens. Like for example, right now I can see some people have already gone high volumes, like 20,000 frags have already been put on this which hero rank in the top 5. But you can
Yeah.
see like some Franz is active, Pavel, Exodus. So he actually put an Ansem no, not finishing top 5. Maybe he heard what I said before.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's I can only go off what I know from tournaments basically, and I feel like that's either I hedge or I go with very obvious ones that I know would play out that way, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it's definitely a nice dynamic because obviously when tournament rewards come out and we have so many frags, everyone's just ripping Jades and
Yeah.
um, Sapphire and Lavender packs. But now obviously there's an alternative, right? Not everyone has to use their frags on those, right? There's a chance
Mhm.
that you can use those frags to win in prediction markets to be in the chance within the chance of winning, 20,000 prize pool, right?
Yes.
So yeah, there's definitely a added incentive to hold. Some people that want to gear towards core can just probably open the packs or even sell cards, and then there's
Mhm.
also King of the Hill. I know this is mainly prediction markets, but King of the Hill is another way. It's kind of a prediction as well, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Who's going to be the highest scoring 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 star heroes.
Mhm.
And like last week, last tournament, EL won 32,000
I
frags.
can't believe
Like
that, bro. That's so crazy.
now
Like I can
that's
believe
what,
it because Eel's mind's in the game too, but
yeah.
like it makes me
But
want to put more decks in. Like I've been putting 4 or 5 in, and I seen for a little bit in that tournament, or in the King of the Hill. You went like you stuck to your plan that we talked about on Saturday or Sunday because
yeah,
we kind of moved that back last week. But you, because yeah, when the ones you hit and you had the small variants, you were winning like a crap ton.
yeah. I
Like
think
you were winning a lot.
halfway through, I had intern RW Sherlock was,
RWLK,
yeah,
Adam, and
Adam
your
Cochran.
one
That
star.
was my, yeah, and then the one star. But the issue then was Eric Walls ended up going on private, so it kind of messed my one star up.
Wait,
But
who went on private?
Eric Wall, like he was the one star.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, the issue was is on Sunday he posted, so I thought he was going to be the best one star, but then he just went on
Oh, yeah.
private. So, but yeah, like I said, I think I don't plan on winning it every having a good chance every week, but I feel my strategy will hit one of those weeks, right?
Like it did for Travis the week before last.
Yeah, yeah. Travis had a lot of volume as well,
Yeah,
luckily for
yeah.
him. But
And that's what I love.
I
Like I love seeing the founders
yeah,
playing. Like and
yeah,
they play core too. They always have like ever since day one they play core. And now they play every mode, right? And
yeah,
going heavy into I love it. I
for
seen
sure.
who was it? I think it was Pavel was like, "Hey, let's amp." And this is what makes it kind of fun too. Is like he was like he made it take a screenshot of like Travis's, and I didn't want people posting on it because I had no on Jesse as with a banger too. But he's like, "Hey, let's everyone like reshare this or whatever to try and get it to where Travis loses frags or whatever." And I was thinking, I was like, no, 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 no. I'm not even gonna look at the post because like the Jesse post, I don't want to give it engagement because like I had a no on that too, right? So
Yeah, I think
but
like it definitely like obviously if you want a hero to have more engagement, you'd probably quote it, retweet it, like
yeah,
it, and comment. But yeah, there definitely is a bit of that as well, like tagging a hero to hit a banger as well. That doesn't always work out right because some heroes don't like being tagged in like so many
like
tweets.
creating acts this last
Yeah,
week.
Axe hates it, right? I think
That's
CL
why I was
blocked.
telling you, like I never post tag the
I,
heroes. Like even if it's
I think
something good, like I never tag them.
I think CL. I think Dank had CL in a lot of his decks, and he commented on CL's post or something.
Mhm.
and he blocked Dank during this tournament, right? So
No
like
shit.
certain heroes just don't like if if you're telling them to
Yeah.
put no one's they don't like that. So sometimes I stopped tagging. Like I think the only heroes that blocked me was
But you've been
Tyler.
blocked.
Yeah, Tyler didn't block me, but he unblocked me somehow for some
The only
reason.
one that's blocked me was CB, and that was during the Gen stuff.
And then Crypto McKenna, he's blocked me and hasn't. He still blocked me, right?
Wait, which one was that?
McKenna, the Greek statue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I think, do you remember L? Like OX?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that used to
She
be a
got
hero,
voted
right?
out. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. When he or she, right? She was on public. I commented on one of her posts, and then she blocked me as well. So like, some heroes are just like super on edge on what what gets commented and being tagged in. But yeah, no, no, it's I'm gonna have to go now, anyways, just
Yep.
because
That's what I was about to say.
it's
My
time of
wife.
year now as well. But
You know, it's crazy when the wife's DMing you on X, saying, "Honey, TikTok, gotta go do some family stuff." But
yeah,
yeah,
no
man,
worries.
thanks for hopping on. Just wanted to do a quick, since the markets are live, quick, and like even Travis like messaged me. He's like, "Hey, bro, it's Christmas. Take it easy." So yeah, just wanted to quick get this on. Thanks for coming on. But yeah, everyone
worries.
enjoy time with your family. Enjoy Christmas. I'm gonna go spend some time with mine. HJ's gonna spend time with his. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no worries. Take care. See you.
Yep.